Today we start a very exciting London Underground journey here at the London Stadium, of course the home of newly crowned Europa Conference League champions West Ham United. They are one of 7 Premier League teams that play in London, and I'm going to try and visit all of them in just one day using only the tube map. Now this challenge has 2 rules. First one is to count as visiting the stadium, we have to get reasonably close to it. And secondly, the only modes of transport that we're allowed to use are walking and things that you can find on the tube map. So this challenge starts as soon as they start moving from the London Stadium, which is now. So I'm gonna go to Hackney Wick, that might be faster than the Overground, but this whole area is a mess, so I'm just gonna go back to Stratford, back the way I came. The first leg of our trip has us going on through the Overground into Hackney and then continuing up towards White Hart Lane. Alright, back at Stratford, let's do this. Central, I gotta figure out how to get down. And I have set the wrong button. This one instead. Use that exit on the way back, maybe. There's a cafe there called 3 Points. It sure is ironic. So here it is, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, an absolute masterpiece of a stadium. One of my favorites anywhere in the UK. It's just a shame that they won't see any trophies here. Now, as I'm filming this, there do seem to be some nasty delays on the district line, which could prove to be a challenge later in this race, since I'm going to be having to go up and down the district quite a bit. Hopefully it clears up though, as we finish up the rest of North London. Now, Arsenal's not that far away, but the train journey involves 3 separate trains. We've got the Overground, then the Victoria, then the Piccadilly line. Yeah, just in time. This transfer here at Seven Sisters proved to be one of the biggest choke points of the whole trip, especially since it was at peak time. Alright, gotta hurry. Unfortunately, we got a nice transfer. Look at that, it's already here. Quite a tiring hike up to these paths. already a little thirsty. I could do with a water bottle, but fortunately, I'm at the right place for bottles. And here it is, the Emirates Stadium, of course, the home of what has been a very bittersweet season for Arsenal fans. While they did have a very unlikely title charge, they weren't able to hold on when it mattered most. And now the season will just be remembered as a big what if. But still, some good showings. Let's get back on the rails. I am apparently closer to Holloway Road now, so I'm gonna head there instead. Alright, there it is. Eventually found it. Definitely didn't take the quickest way there, but hopefully the peak has subsided just a tiny bit, because now we gotta ride the Piccadilly all the way through central London and out again. Not a very eventful ride here as we tunnel through into central London, then back out at Hammersmith for a change to the District line, followed by a nice leisurely walk in Chiswick. Alright, here we are at Hammersmith, the blue Piccadilly, green for the District.
Please be aware
But not
that
that one.
snapping is not permitted either on London Underground stations or London Regional Transport bus stations.
6 minutes to Richmond. Should be close. I believe it is the next right turn from here. It's quite a nice neighborhood here. Here we are at the bus stop in Hounslow, just kidding. The Brentford Community Stadium, the home of a team that just keeps on improving no matter what. Great season Brentford have had, 9th in the league. They didn't quite get Europe, but they'll be very happy with their progress. As for the stadium, it is the newest one of the 7 that we're visiting today. Newer than Tottenham's even, and I quite like it, I have to say. National Rail Station here, that would be nice, right? But this challenge is tube only. Why is the underground logo over the overground logo? That's funny. It's double District line here as we change from one branch to the other at Earl's Court and get off at Fulham Broadway. Biggest banter club of the year. Let's go. No way to sugarcoat it. It's been a terrible season for Chelsea fans here at Stamford Bridge. Not what they would have expected at all, but they're probably just glad the season's over. They've given up on the countdown. I would too. The train journey is quite short here, but the walk through the park is anything but. Here, but I want to get an actual view of the cottage at the end. the entrance. Now behind that gate there is the actual cottage in Craven Cottage, but this stadium, aside from that, is probably my favorite. I say that a lot, but I really like the vibe of Craven Cottage. It's along the Thames, which gives it that nice little feel, and it just is really cozy in there. And yeah, just like Brentford, Fulham have really overachieved this season, really putting Chelsea even further in the mud. We only got one left, Crystal Palace, but that's the good news. The bad news is I have no clue how to get there. I'm literally gonna improvise, gotta get to the station first.
20 minutes later.
So here's what I came up with. It involves the District Line, followed by the Jubilee, and then the Overground down into Norwood Junction. I'll admit, during this part of the trip I got a little bit drowsy, but once we got to Norwood Junction, we were no longer at the mercy of train RNG, it was just straight to the finish. Here we are at last. Let's stop the timer. We have clocked in at 6 hours and 13 minutes. Whew. There we go. It's all 7 stadiums, using only the tube map. You can definitely do it in under 6 hours. Gotta walk a little faster than I did. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So just some final reflections on the challenge. I do think there are a lot of ways it could be improved. First of all, the Seven Sisters transfer was really annoying because I did it during peak hours and it was quite a while to get through that station. I also got pretty lost at Arsenal, which added up some time there. And finally, I got a little bit unlucky with the overground to Canada Water. I think I had to wait 15 minutes for the next train that I wanted to West Croydon. So yeah, I definitely think that 5 hours and 30 minutes could be reasonable if you do the whole thing off peak. Maybe walk a little bit faster as well. And yeah, that's it for this challenge. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. And yeah, if you're in London, definitely go give this challenge a try.